Karen Adamski here with ShamaMama.com, and today I wanted to share some of the things that I know about agate. Agate is one of my very favorite stones because it comes in such a variety of colors and makeups. Agate is technically a banded stone, as quartz is. Quartz has that kind of banded look to it when you look at a quartz, and agate has that same banded look. But there are a lot of stones out there that are referred to as agate that are not scientifically agate. They don't have those bands. They have another kind of makeup, which is kind of blobby and planty and muddy. I love it. So those are not scientifically considered agate, but just in the common world, they are considered agate. I consider them agate, just as I do the banded stones. So I'm going to share some of those with you today and give you a closer look at what agate's all about. But I wanted to mention that on a scale of, really gentle vibration to a really, really powerful vibration, the agate stones are on the gentler side. So they're really good for stabilizing and grounding your energy. If you keep that agate with you, maybe keep a piece in your pocket or keep a piece on your desk, it will help to keep you grounded and will give you that vibrational energy that's a little bit more gentle and not so amped up. You could pair it with something that's more amped up if you're needing that, but sometimes it's really nice to have something just very gentle. And the other thing I wanted to note, on the Mohs scale is a hardness scale for crystals and stones. So it goes from 1 to 10. 1 is the softer stones like sandstone. I think selenite's in there as a softer one. That might be number 2. But agate is typically about a 7 on the Mohs scale. So it is a harder stone. So it's not one that you have to be real careful with. It's also one that you could put in water and not have any melting or dissolving, where you might get that with some other stones. So the softer stones you definitely don't want to put in water. And then we go all the way up, harder and harder. 10 is the hardest, and that would be diamond. So 7's not too far from that. And agate is certainly much more affordable than diamond. So let me show you some of the agates that I wanted to share today. So this is agate. You've probably seen it. And you see those bands in here that we were talking about? So anything like that where you see those banded pieces, that's a good indication that it's agate. And this banded look is layers and layers and layers of petrification. See this little speck? Who knows what that is? That could be a little plant matter that's in here. You see these darker areas. Richer areas. This is a little bit more wet looking. So this ancient stuff in here. And you see that quartz right here in the center. So it's definitely in the quartz family. This is a really good specimen to kind of get an idea of what agate looks like. And you can see the outside of the stone here. I like when they leave this rough edge, because this would have been, a stone, circle stone. Like this, for example, is much smaller, but this is an agate that hasn't been, it's been polished, but other than that, it hasn't been sliced open or anything. But if we were to slice this up like a little loaf of bread, we would end up with these slices like this. It's super, super cool. And this is also agate, and this is a really good example of a stone that is not going to have that banded look to it. It's more blobby, all petrified together. But that's still considered agate. Again, not scientifically, but everything but scientific. It's still, it's just missing that quartz pattern. And this is a lovely slice of dendritic agate. And again, this doesn't have that banded look. No bands in this one. But it is still agate. There's that nice rough edge. And you can see this one's for sale for $33 with the stand. That is a steal. Dendritic is a Greek word, and it means tree-like. So you can kind of see in there, there's wood, bark probably, some tree-like looking things. A good telltale sign of dendritic agate is this pinkish purplish hue that you get in there. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful specimen. This is a little piece of blue lace agate. When you get real close in there, you can see the strands, the banding. And then it always looks a little bit lacy. So see, that's a little bit like more loop-de-doo looking in there than banded. That's where it gets the name lace. So this is a little tiny piece. You see blue lace agate like this typically, where it's just tumbled and polished. But this is a piece of blue lace agate in its raw form. You can see this druze formation, that cavern with the little points coming out, crystallization. It's really pretty. But then when you slice this up or polish it up, tumble it, it's going to turn into something like this. So just your preference in how you like your stones, raw or polished. I've pulled a few drawers for you. I've got, you can see here, I've got all of my inventory. Not all of my inventory, but a lot of it is in drawers. So I've picked my agate drawers to share with you today. So these I wanted to share because they're just little minis of the larger. This is natural, but this is not. I mean, these stones are natural, but this one has been dyed. When you see these bright blue colors, or see this pink one is definitely dyed. See, those blues are not natural. They're pretty, right? But it doesn't come out of the ground like that. They've injected baked dye into the stone. This one is natural. This one is not. That blue is not natural, but doesn't that look beautiful? Like a little lake. Oh, I can't stand how pretty that one is. This one is natural. So these ones I like to say are man-altered because they've just got a little bit of bling added to them after. And these are natural. So again, it depends on how you roll. They have the same energy. This is my favorite drawer. This is sardonyx agate, and you'll see, talk about banding, look at all of that. Sorry about my Band-Aid. Here's another good example. They're all, each piece is very unique. Those blobs. Just to keep them nice and orderly. more here. It's agate, sardonyx, and it's a medium size because I do have small, medium, and large. And the 6 is the price, so these are $6 each. These little guys, $4 each. A little bit more here. Moss agate. Now with moss agate, you're not going to see the banding so much, but what you are going to see is that bloppy look. I don't know if bloppy's a word, but, and very organic looking. You'll see kind of plant matter in there, or what looks like plant matter. Looks mossy, and that is where it gets its name, moss agate. Cool, right? This is a semi-polished piece, so they've just polished up the front of this, and you can kind of see inside that geode a little bit. It's really pretty. And the outside, I love when they do this, where they leave it just nice and raw. Just like a rock you'd see out there. Doo-doo-doo. And then it's like, oops, but you just don't even know, right? Look what's inside. And you get it all nice and cleaned up. Sometimes you'll see agate in a carved form. This is a nice little half moon. It's my last one. And notice the price on it. So this is a very small piece for $20. The reason is the carving, the polishing, the carving, and that it is a smaller piece because that makes the carving harder. So when you see things like this, the price goes up with each, person that it goes to. One for polishing, one for carving. You also see these slices often that are made into pendants. I love, love, love these. No two are alike. They come in all different colors, and they really make a big statement. So these are wonderful. I love these. And again, the energy coming from all of these agates is very gentle, very stabilizing. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is raw on the back, but you really get a good peek at the innards of the rock. Those little points that are in the boat, that's the crystalline makeup of quartz. So those quartz innards, and then you get surprised with this polishing of this just beautiful agate here, and all those layers. Almost looks like a piece of candy. Overall, agate is one of those stones that would be beneficial to almost everyone. Its energies are modest but welcome, and it brings stability, persistence, grounding, and healing. Namaste.